Hello, authors, and hello, Mark.
Hey
Welcome to
Jim,
Self.
how's it going?
It's going great. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited. I'm not excited that it's almost July, but I am excited that it's almost July, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I don't know about you and everybody else who is watching, listening to us, but how are we halfway through 2026 already?
What happened? Did I fall asleep for a little while? Rip Van Markel, like something going
Rip
on
Van
here?
Markel, I
Yeah.
think you might have. Welcome, authors. We're glad you guys are here because one of the reasons Mark is just so excited that it's almost July is that we have the one of the biggest, longest sales of the year coming up with the Smashwords Summer Winter Sale. Isn't that right, Mark?
That's right. But Jim, I always get confused because I'm here in Ontario, Canada, and summer is upon us. Why is it called the summer winter sale? I don't understand, Jim.
Well, Mark, I'm glad you asked. You silly guy. So we call it the summer winter sale because it is summer here in the northern hemisphere, but it is winter in the southern hemisphere.
Oh my
Hence
goodness. Yeah,
the
we
summer
actually live in a
winter
globe, and
sale.
Smashwords is the world's largest indie author store in the world.
Correct.
So it's very global. Oh wow. Wow. So our friends in the southern hemisphere are experiencing winter.
Right.
Huh. Imagine that.
And why is it the biggest sale, you might ask, Mark?
Uh,
It,
because it has more titles than any other sale?
more titles than any other, indie ebook author sale, that's for sure.
Okay.
But in addition to that, Mark,
Ooh.
it lasts the entire month of July, from
And
July
that's
1st to the
31 days.
31
31
days.
days. Wow. That is
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah. So yeah, because we do several big sales like Envier sale, March break. March break, is that the one?
the
Is
March
that
sale.
the March sale? Yeah.
The March sale, yeah, the Read an Ebook
Yeah.
Week sale.
Read an ebook week sale. Of course, read an ebook week, good, which Smashwords has been celebrating from the very beginning.
Right. And this is what, so this kind of blows me away. So this is the 18th annual summer winter sale.
Wait, are you kidding me? 18 years?
Yeah, it's crazy because if you think about it, the democratization of the publishing industry is only about 18 years old. So we're less than we're like right on the cusp of entering that second decade of the, what's being called the indie author movement or the indie author revolution, when self-publishing was democratized, when the digital transformation like really took over the publishing industry, and authors began publishing their ebooks and distributing ebooks. So it's pretty mind-blowing how far we've come in the last, well, almost 20 years now, 18 years.
Yeah. It's so funny when you say that. I'm doing I have my shoes and I actually do have my shoes and socks off so I can count properly. Thank goodness. Because I was there in the early days when Smashwords first launched, and I had ebook available on Amazon through KDP and an ebook available through Smashwords. Those are the only two options that existed back in the day,
Yep.
in the in
Yep.
the in the earliest days when Smashwords first launched. So, wow, 18 years. It reminds me when I worked at Kobo. I remember in the early. I think I joined Kobo in 2011, so it was a few years after that.
Mhm.
But I remember Michael Serbenis, the founding CEO of Kobo, had said we're at the beginning of a 25-year trajectory of a significant change in the way people are
Really?
going to be reading. Yeah,
Did you
yeah. I
really
mean,
say that? That's wow,
yeah,
that's
he did.
visionary.
He said we're just at the beginning of that because let's be honest, not everyone's read an ebook yet. So
Mhm.
I think there's probably some strategies related to Read an Ebook Week, which is encouraged like, hey, try an ebook. And I remember so Michael Tamlin, current CEO, when he was in charge of BookNet Canada prior to moving over to Kobo, I remember him posting about doing a 7-day digital diet because he was a big book nerd, big book lover, loved reading books, and he's like, I'm gonna go for a week where I'm gonna read nothing but digital, like ebooks. And so he went on an ebook diet, and I think that's something. But potentially, even with my own author newsletter, when I think about that, I know that a lot of my readers on my author newsletter, particularly because I sell a lot of print books, I haven't yet tried an ebook. So this could be an opportunity to say, hey, not only can you get an ebook very conveniently from Smashwords, but you can get it at a discount.
Yeah. And especially now as we enter, well, at least up here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the summer season. So there's a lot of travel going on. So you don't have to pack a bunch of heavy physical books.
You mean I could have them all like on this, or I can even sideload them onto my Kobo?
You can carry an entire bookstore in your pocket there, Mark.
Oh, that's exciting. Haha.
And so, Mark, like you've been doing this for decades, you know, through book selling.
Yes, I have, Sonny.
Through selling books. I won't say how many decades you've been doing this, but you've been doing it for decades. So I'm
only
curious.
4.
You've been doing this for like what, 6 decades now, Mark?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
How does an event like the summer winter sale kind of play into your bigger philosophy about, you know, what indie publishing can be and how you can connect with your readers?
So I've been honestly, I have been. It's more than 41 years since I got my first rejection as a writer. So I've been in the game for a long time.
Rites of passage, right?
But the thing I know is that yes, I have readers, and yes, people have read some of my books, some of my series, some of my traditionally published books, some of my self-published books.
Yeah.
But the majority of people have not discovered me. So when I think about something like the Smashwords store, I think this is an opportunity where Smashwords is putting together a big push to bring readers to the store to celebrate all of the greatness that indie authors are bringing to the world, all the great books that they're able to publish, because they're we're allowing people to leap over the gatekeepers of traditional publishing and get those books published for niche markets, for readers, etc. Right, so readers can really choose the niches of the kinds of books they want to read, rather than what just a handful of people in London and New York say, you should read this because we think this is good. Right, so readers get to decide, which is phenomenal. But this is an opportunity with Smashwords doing so much promotion to the readers who've signed up for Smashwords, and you can probably talk about some of the numbers there, but also with some of the stuff that's going on with PR to draw readers to the Smashwords sale to celebrate the 18 years we've been doing this. I see this as, hey, there's a retailer out there that's going to be featuring these books prominently for a month, and they're going to have all these feature lists and all these different genres. So I want to be part of it. I don't want to miss out on the possibility that a reader may be browsing and maybe they're going to discover my kind of books. So I get excited about it and think, okay, it doesn't take more than a few clicks of keystrokes of a button I can just bulk opt in, or I can go through and manually select that. And I think we probably should describe that for people.
We're going to,
but
yeah.
It's really a great opportunity for me to be part of something where maybe some new readers can discover my stuff for the first time. And isn't that exciting?
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, let's break down this conversation. Maybe I should have mentioned this at the start. We'll kind of break it down and, like, you know, what the sale is, why authors should join it. And you just covered a big portion of that and what you had just said, Mark. We'll talk about like how to make the most of the sale, because that is super important. It's not just hey, enroll your books in the sale and then forget about it and sit back and pray that readers can find your book. There's more to it than that. And we can talk about some of the best practices that our best-selling authors have done to attract readers into the sale. We'll talk about some experimentation, which is this sale, especially a sale that is this long, gives you a lot of opportunity to kind of experiment with how you are promoting your books, whether it's through social media, your newsletter, or what have you. And then we'll cover the logistics. How exactly do you join this sale? It's pretty easy. So we'll talk about that stuff and answer any questions that you might have along the way. And again, feel free to submit questions, add your comments in the comments section, and we will try to get to every single one of those. All right.
So Jim, does it help? Because I did see a question that popped out about how to bulk opt in, changing books in sale, etc. And I thought it might be useful for me to do a screen share and show my dashboard and show what I've done. Would that be useful?
Look at you. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So when you first,
know that there are 2 options to join.
Yeah. So what's the first option, Jim? Because I'm going to walk through the second option, because I have a lot of titles and I want to be a little bit more meticulous about how I do it.
Okay. So authors, so if you already have a drafted digital account, chances are you've received an email from us that went out Monday, letting you know that enrollment for the
Monday,
Smashwords.
June 15th, 2026, for those of you watching in the future.
Thank you for that, Mark. That was very specific. Yes, so that email landed in your inboxes on Monday, and it tells you how to join the sale. The first way to join is one-click sale pricing. So that means you can apply a discount of 25%, 50%, 75% off, or 100% off. You can make your books free if you like to, and you can apply that discount to every single book in your catalog if you wanted to. The second option is advanced sale pricing. So you can apply those same discounts, 25% off, 50% off, 75% off, 100% off, but do it book by book. And that advanced sale pricing is useful for those of you who perhaps you have a series starter that you want to provide a significant discount on, but you want to do less of a discount on the follow-on books in that series, or maybe you want to put a box set on sale or an anthology or some larger title, and you don't want to drop the discount down, or you don't want to discount it at all. You have these options. So hopefully that was clear. Mark, why don't you go ahead now and show your screen?
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to share my screen. So when that came in, I clicked on the option to look at them in more detail. But the cool thing is even though I set that up probably Tuesday morning or Monday evening or whatever, I can't remember when I got the email in my box. Yeah. And so what I'm doing right now is I've gone and I've clicked on because there was a header at the top of my dashboard that said, hey, you're in the sale, click here to edit your titles, because I still have an opportunity to make some changes to it. So let me just see how we can do this to screen share. And we'll go sharing the screen. And let's see, select window or screen. Why is it not letting me do that? Oh, I have to select it manually. Oh, wow. So I have to pick from the 5,000. I have to pick from the 5,000. There it is. 5,000 different tabs I have open. Okay, there it is. So, Jim, are you seeing the screen?
Yes, we're all seeing it
okay.
now.
So I've just clicked on this from my dashboard. It explains a bit more about the details, but this is where we get into it. Okay. So if you have any free books, they're automatically included, which is kind of cool in the carousels.
And Mark, when you logged on to your Drafted Digital account and you clicked on your My Books tab, that's what you did to get here?
Well, no, it was right on the main screen where the reports, but I don't want to share my reports and stuff. You know?
Okay, no,
some people be jealous of my sales, and other people go, "Wow, he hasn't sold that much." But anyways, I wanted to just click through to this, so I saw that, and I come here, so I can still go into the one sale pricing like you mentioned.
Okay.
But here's what I set up now. By default, I like to start with 75% off, and what it does, so it shows. So this is one of my mini story collections. A short story. It's regularly priced at $2.99 US. I can exclude it from the sale. I can make it 25% off, 50% off. I can't make it 75% off because the math would make it free. So it kind of skips over to free, right? So that would be something I did. So in this particular case, I decided I'm going to go with 50% off. I did the same thing with this mini story collection. It's regularly $2.99. I'm making it 50% off. But with this full-length book that's $4.99, I went with 75% off, so it's at $1.24. And I can manually go ahead and adjust these prices. You can see the various books that I have published through my account, etc. Some are mine, some are some account payment splitting for co-authored books as well. So I can kind of go through and say, One Hand Screaming is a full book for $6.99. It's going to be $1.74. But I can go in and make something free as well. So I have the choice. I can exclude it from the sale. I can do 25%, 50% off, or 75% off. So that, and you can go through. And again, I made the decision. I just went bulk in and did it. But I can come back at another day prior to the sale starting, and I can make those adjustments. Now, something to be aware of. Mm-hmm. If you're running a price, and this is an important thing, if you're running a price promo through the month, for example, if the book is regularly $4.99 and you're dropping it to 99 cents, and it has 25% off, 50% off, or 75% off, what's going to happen is during that price drop, where you're actually changing the price for a BookBub or a written word media like Bargain Booksy kind of deal.
Yep.
If it's in the Smashwords sale and you've selected any of the discounts, it's going to bring it but below 99 cents, and you can't really be between 0 and 99 cents, so it'll automatically make your book free. And so I have seen in the past some authors, they have their book, it's regularly $5, it's going to be 50% off for the month of July, but then for 4 days in July they make it 99 cents. That book during that 99-cent time period will be listed as free on Smashwords.
Okay.
So
Now,
that's something to be careful of, is any other price promos you do during the month are going to be affected by what you choose. So you can exclude it if you want, or like I've done in the past, go, well, let them have it for free for the week that I made it 99 cents.
Gotcha. And we alert them during the dashboard as they're doing their prices. So that,
well, yeah. So as if, when I showed that screen,
right.
it would show me that, the price is going to be free. I mean, they won't let me select 75% off one by one.
Gotcha.
But it will give you a warning. But let's be honest. I know, and Jim, I'm an author. I don't read anything. I just click buttons happily and madly, and then just it pops up and it warns me, and I go whatever, and then I click it and say go ahead, and don't read the warning, and then blame everyone else. That's usually what I do because I'm an author. I honestly do that internally at Drafted Dead.
Love you and all
something when I'm testing,
anyway.
and I went, but it didn't work the way I expected. It's like, well, did you read the note? I was like, well, no, of course I didn't read the note. I had things to do. But I just want to express that because of those of you taking the time to watch this. Maybe that's something that you'll be aware of. So when that little box comes up, you don't want to go, "Ooh, get out of the way. I don't want to read you." Actually, take a look.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Hey, I'm going to bring up a quick question here from Connie. We're going to get to it. In the regular course of questions, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get to Connie's question, but I was kind of planning on it later. But it seems like we should bring this up.
Come on, let's give her the answer now.
Yeah, let's get her the answer now. So Connie Taylor 7132 asks, and Connie, just by the way, thank you for this comment. She says, please explain about changing prices of books in sale everywhere when signing a book up for a sale.
I think I know what Connie's asking. So there is a rule,
too, but take a stab at it.
Yeah, let me see if I've interpreted this correctly. There's a rule that says you can't have a lower price on any retail site. So Amazon, Kobo, Google, Barnes & Noble, Smashwords, Apple, whatever. If the price is $4.99, it has to be. Now, if you're doing a price promo or a price drop sale where you temporarily drop to 99 cents on one retailer, you should be doing that on every retailer. The difference in this sale is the prices aren't changing. What's happening is there's a coupon code being generated that will reduce the price at checkout. Believe it or not, a customer still has the option of buying it at full price if they want to. If they love you and they really want to pay full price for it, they can, or they can apply the coupon code. So it's not considered a price drop, meaning this is the thing most authors are worried and fearful about. Amazon's going to price match this to the lower price. You don't have to worry about that. We've been doing this for 18 years. That has never, ever been an issue.
Because it's coupon based. So
it's coupon based.
So the retail price is shown, the original retail price is shown. And if a customer wants to buy that book on sale, they apply the coupon code, which is automatically generated once you enroll your book for the sale. We automatically generate that for you.
Yeah, but that's a great question, Connie. I'm glad you asked it.
And from another angle, Connie, I just want to make sure that we're covering all the bases here so that we answer your question. So when you enroll your books in the Smashwords sale, those books are going to be on sale only at the Smashwords store.
Yeah,
I think, and some authors get confused when we have a sale, thinking that when they enroll their books in the sale, that their books are going to be on sale everywhere, and that's not the case. This sale is only for books at the Smashwords store.
Yeah, and Connie also commented a follow-up comment saying, so this sale is different from other sales. Yeah, this is a coupon sale. And there are other sites that allow coupon codes. I know Google has them, and Kobo often uses them in various promos. It's not a price change. It's a sale for sure, but it's not a price drop or a price change. It's a coupon, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and something else that we should comment on while we're on this subject is that when you enroll your books in the sale, so whether you choose the one-click sales pricing option or the advanced sales pricing option, once you do that and enroll your books in the sale, you're done. Like, we'll automatically generate those coupon codes for you, so you don't have to use the Smashwords coupon manager tool. and you don't have to use our other option, which is the price promotion scheduler. So don't do those things, because then you might run the risk of double discounting your books. We don't want you to do that. So once you enroll your books in the Smashwords sale, we'll automatically generate the coupons for you. So you're done at that point.
And another follow-up question to that,
Okay.
since we're on this topic. So Connie says, so a price drop sale requires dropping price everywhere, and a coupon sale does not. That is 100% correct, Connie.
You got it, Connie. All right.
Awesome.
Today-
Yay, we helped someone. Yay, I can go home. No,
Yeah,
wait, I am home. I am home.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But you are home. Okay, let's see. Moving right along. Why authors should join. Oh, I know. And I was going to ask you this. So, Mark, for an author who's kind of skeptical about discounting their work, especially those deep discounts down to 99 cents or even free, why is participating in a sale like this one an investment rather than a giveaway? Because if a book is priced at $2.99 or below, that drops their royalties at the Smashwords store, right, down to 40%.
That's right. That is true. You're, but still higher than you're getting at some other places that only give you 35%.
If a book is priced at $2.99 or lower.
I kind of look at it this way. I don't currently sell a lot of volume through the Smashwords store. This is my opportunity to be a little bit more visible to Smashwords customers. Now, there are other platforms that are not going to be named that charge you money to place ads and bid against other people placing ads for your business and stuff like that. And that's an expenditure coming right out of your pocket. This is free to participate in. It doesn't come out of your pocket, but it means you'll make less money should the title sell. Now, I'd rather, because if I'm not really selling much at all and I start selling a little bit more, even though my margin's maybe half the margin or smaller margin because it's a lower price, I'm still making a little bit more. And more importantly, the thing I've always, because dude's been in this business for 41 years, for me, it's about the long tail. It's about the customer who maybe downloads my book that's free or 99 cents this month, but then doesn't read it for 2 years, and then 2 years later buys my other books. It's about attracting more readers to my brand. So I think of that, like you said, as an investment. It's a marketing investment that doesn't have to come out of my pocket. It just changes the margin I'm getting on the back end. So it's almost like it's a win-win situation. It doesn't really cost me anything but a little bit of time to click some buttons, but potentially also the time that I take to also help Smashwords help me.
Okay. Let's shift gears here a little bit, Mark. I want to talk about author control and flexibility and experimentation, and I guess how authors can really make the most of this sale. In past Smashwords sales, from the DDD side, if you were a DDD author, we had an enrollment deadline. So you had to sign up your books in the sale by a particular date, and then you would be locked in for the month. But now you have the ability to join the sale whenever you like. You can join today if you wanted to. You can join July 15th. You can join the last week of July if you wanted to.
I didn't know that. Is that because I didn't read the email that you sent out?
Mark, you have to read these emails.
Just seriously, so if somebody's seen this in the middle of July, they can still join? That is so awesome. When did we do that? When did we change that? That is so cool.
The sale before last.
Oh, we changed it 2 sales ago. It only took me 2 sales to catch up and figure that part out. Jim, that is so amazing. So it's not too late like it used to be. I do remember when I first started doing the Smashwords sales through Draft to Digital, there was a limit in terms of the data flow. But now I guess that we've properly merged systems together, now we have the better control, which is amazing. So that means if I decide to change something that 75%, maybe I only want to make it 25%, or I excluded it from the sale, but I want to include it, I can still do that at any point during the month of July.
That's right. Yeah. So you can add a book, you can remove a book, you can change your discounts on any of your enrolled titles. You can do whatever you like. You can change those discounts. You can put an entire series on sale if you wanted to. There's all these different things that you can do to experiment, which really plays into the indie author's control and flexibility. And we encourage you guys to experiment, play around with it.
I'm curious, for anyone who's watching, who's participated, what are some of the things you may have done in previous Smashwords sales that you'd love to share, so we can share that with with the listeners, the watchers, the viewers?
Yeah. And I also wanted to cover, Mark, in terms of how to make the most of the sale. So one thing that makes a Smashword sale different than just like a typical sale, I mean, it's not about just, I mentioned this earlier, it's not just about putting your books in the sale and then sitting back and forgetting about it. It's about like really being involved with the sale, because these have become like these little, almost like a cultural celebration between authors and readers. Because from the author's standpoint, it's like you guys are rewarding your customers. Like, hey, my books, like all my books are on sale at the Smashwords store for a month. And what we've noticed at the Smashwords store too, this is exciting, is that we've been seeing this influx of new customers who've never visited the store before, and they're purchasing books, which is fantastic. We felt almost like it's this surge of like, almost like indie, like its own, like there are the indie authors, but then there's this new cohort of indie readers who are kind of searching for, the next big thing. Who's that next emerging author that's ready to like break out? Like, who's the next Colleen Hoover? That sort of a thing.
I love that. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, it's like, okay, you know what? I walk into a bookstore and I see the Dan Brown books are on display like they always are. I want to find someone who writes that, but is a voice I've never heard of before. It's always so exciting to discover authors you've never read before. And I do agree. There's probably readers out there saying, all right, let's see what else is available in this beautiful world. Oh, there's a cool sale going on. I can take a chance on a new author and not have to pay full price potentially, right?
Yeah, the readers, they mark their calendars when it comes to Smashwords sales, because they know they can just like gorge. They can fill their devices up until they're kind of breaking at the seams. They know they can try new to them authors, new genres with
And so one of the other things that happens is, so with the Smashwords sale, there's these carousels based on 75% off, 50% off, 25% off, free, and they're dynamically based on the action of what's going on in the store. So whatever you can do with your own author newsletter to drive people to say, hey, these books are on sale, go check them out. You can link right to your books in the store. You can link to the carousel. You can link to the master page. I would recommend linking to your book specifically on the Smashwords store. But then also you can say, if you want to see, because maybe they've read my entire Canadian Werewolf series and they're like, okay, Mark, I've read them all, but I can say, well, here are some other books that you might want to check out that are in the same genre but are going to be on sale, because I'm helping my readers discover another author. There's a great comment from Kara. Can I pop that up, Jim?
Please do. I'm looking at it now.
Okay. So Kara says, and thank you for this, Kara, I highly recommend opting in before it starts, before the sale starts at the beginning of July. I've been participating for years with multiple pen names and typically make anywhere from 3 times to 10 times my average monthly sales during July. But days 1 and 2, as well as the last few days of the month, are always the highest dollar sales days. And that's probably because Smashwords is sending to the readers at Smashwords, hey, the sale just started. And then obviously just before the sale ends, I say, hey, it's ending, better get them while you can. So Kara's saying those are the 2 biggest days. So you've got the 2 biggest days where Smashwords is doing a lot of heavy lifting, but this is where potentially you as an author might say somewhere in the middle of the month or somewhere, after the first week, and say, hey, just a reminder, the little things you can do to let people know. Like, my book is regularly $4.99 everywhere, and you can buy it everywhere. But if you want to get it for a discount, the Smashwords store. And the thing is with the Smashwords store, you get the EPUB, so you can then, sideload it to your Kindle or your Kobo or your Nook, so you can still read on the platforms you're used to reading your ebooks on, which is kind of nice. Which is, I guess, where your book your way was the slogan for Smashwords.
Right, you're right. And Kara's absolutely right. Like, sign up early, everybody, because we do give this big push when it comes to our email marketing campaigns. The Smashwords we've already sent a Smashwords email to readers, letting them know that, hey, mark your calendars. The July summer winter sale is right around the corner. So there's that. We're doing a large social media push. We're doing a PR push with influencers and micro influencers. So the first few days of a month-long sale are some of the biggest. And in the middle, it kind of like it plateaus a little bit.
Like writing a novel, right? It's that saggy middle.
Right? But still, the weekends are big. They're always big sales periods, especially Saturdays. Yeah. So if you're out there collaborating with your fellow authors, or you're out promoting this book on your social media channels, the weekends are always kind of an exciting, high engagement period. But then, as Kara also mentioned, the last few days of the month. So there's like that hockey stick phenomenon at the end of a sale too, where readers are like, oh my God, like the sale's almost over. I can't forget about this. I have to load up before it's all gone. So beginning of the sale, weekends, and the last few days.
You've just given me an idea. You've just given me a call. I say I took my little notepad out and I'm writing on it. Look at me writing on my little notepad.
Attaboy. So look at you.
I was wondering, like, what could I do to support the sale during the saggy middle, or during the time where it's not as high, right? And I was thinking, like, okay, I've run BookBub ads, not a deal, but a BookBub ad. And you can specify specific links that you can. So I could target readers of a particular genre with a little BookBub ad that's like, 75% off, and target that so it goes out in a BookBub ad. I'm going to try that, and I'm going to see how it worked. And what I'm going to try to do is remember to track how I did, what I spent, and then maybe come back and share with you. Maybe you can send that out in an author news blast, or we do it as an update during one of the SBIs to say, well, here's what I spent and here's how it worked for me. Maybe by picking something that hasn't ever really moved on Smashwords, like maybe I can entice a few new readers, because I mean, the Smashwords readership has continued to grow over the years, right? In terms of the active people purchasing books regularly. And again, I'm an author who doesn't write romance and doesn't write erotica. And those are obviously, like in any store, two of the biggest gigantic genres that sell. So it's like, taking a genre that doesn't sell as well as the very, very high selling ones, I'm wondering if that could potentially move the needle and potentially help some readers discover me.
Yeah, really good point, Mark. And I should also mention that one of the things that we've seen over the years, as far as authors who are being probably the most successful in the sales, are the ones who collaborate with their fellow authors, their author friends.
Of course.
Yeah, because it becomes like an event, a celebratory event. And one of the ways they're doing this is in their author emails, where the authors aren't just talking about their books that are on sale. They're talking about books from other authors that are on sale, particularly if they're in the same genre. So it's like you have this amplification of more voices out there talking about your books. So the more authors you can get to collaborate with you, you're scratching their back, they're scratching yours, and it just kind of helps to spread a little bit. And you mentioned the new customers, and I think I mentioned it earlier too, but yeah, the thing that's most encouraging to us is that every sale, we're like, wow, look at all the new customers who have come in for the first time. Not only are the new customer levels kind of growing sale over sale, but they're what am I trying to say? Their carts, their carts are growing as well. So the new customers aren't just checking out the sale; they're making purchases.
Oh man! So Jim, I've got to add some cool stuff that's happening. So in the background, Hal Gray was asking, hey, are there any assets? Because we've created some assets when you enter, and it says, here's some swipe copy you can use for your social media. And then Hal was asking about like some stuff, some templates, etc. And of course, our very own Alyssa, our master designer, creative genius, says, Merry Christmas early, because, winter, summer sale. If you already have access to social media swipe images at the bottom, there's a new one I added just for you. So there you go. See, asking those questions live, we got people on the ground doing the work for you. But Hal did ask another question. It's okay if I'm going to pop that up. Said, are you involved in linking us to other sales on other platforms, or is Smashwords the only channel you're going to access to sales? So this is very specifically about the Smashwords sale, but we do offer links to promotions available through other websites. And do we have the banner, Jim, that had the?
Let me look it up for you. Keep chatting away. I know it's
Yeah.
in here
So
somewhere.
this is for Megan. We have a full-time person who works on author promotions with our partners, with Apple, with Kobo, with Barnes & Noble, with Overdrive, with Viblio, with Bookshop, with the various retail partners that we have. And they have promos on ongoing basis. And if you fill out our D2D promo form, Megan can invite you to the various promos that she has going on. For example, I know, as somebody who's published some books to Kobo through Draft to Digital, I recently got an invite to, I think it was the Father's Day one. I would have gotten the invite about a month ago, because they're usually planned out about 6 to 8 weeks in advance. But it's the d2d.tips link, right? Is what I was thinking of.
Right. And you know what, Mark? I'm fired because, as you know, I went into StreamYard.
And you were cleaning up.
I was doing some house cleaning, and I think I deleted that link. So I'm looking for it right now.
So d2d.tips is the you'll find the actual link, and you'll drop it, and we'll drop that in. We'll pop that up, and I'm sure it'll get dropped into the comments.
And if I can't find it in time, we'll add it to the show notes at the end of the.
We will add it to the show notes. But that is how we, because we distribute to all these other partner stores, so we can't control what happens at those stores, but we can pitch your books to be included in the various sales that are done on the other site. So hopefully that answers your question as well. And
I'm going to fire myself. Yeah.
But you did a great job cleaning up. So just so people understand, in the back end of StreamYard, which we use here, we have assets we can load, like video clips and visuals when we have certain guests, and we're going to pop them up, and we have banners. So for last week's guest, it was about, where do we find you online, and we have their URLs there. And sometimes we don't always delete them at the end. So Jim was very nice. He went in as the housekeeper, and he went in and cleaned up a whole bunch of stuff that was left over from previous chats, so we could more easily find our pop-up banners, kind of like this one, right? Like this one here, got a question, ask in the comments, or stuff like that. So Jim went and cleaned that up beautifully, but of course accidentally deleted one of those handy links.
Well, I do the same thing when I'm at home, when I'm like cleaning stuff up. You know how it gets when you're trying to spring clean.
Yeah, it's right there. So Alyssa just popped it into the comments. d2d.tips/d2d promo form. So thank you for that, Alyssa.
Thanks, Alyssa. Thanks for covering for me once again. Hey, I want to bring up this question from where'd it go? From Guillaume. Because we kind of answered this question a little bit. And where'd it go? Guillaume, you were asking about other ways that we can help, other ways that you can collaborate with authors and promote the sale. We talked about newsletters, but I'm
trying to find Guillaume's comment.
I know. Did I erase that one too? I'm going to stop clicking buttons.
No, you can't erase the comment, but I've just, there's so many great. There it is. Thank you.
So Guillaume asked how to collaborate with other authors. I've tried this in the past, but had absolutely no luck. And, Mark, you're a master at this. Like, what are some of the things that you've done in addition to?
So Guillaume, one of the ways to find other authors to promote with is our friends at BookFunnel. So Damon and the team at BookFunnel have, if you're a BookFunnel member, there's this sort of community where you can post and ask people to participate with you. Say, hey, I write this genre, and are there any other authors that want to participate in this? And what I'll do is I'll send out links to all of our books in my author newsletter, and you send it out to you in your author newsletter. That may be one of the ways of doing it. If you are members of other authors group, potentially you can say, hey, who else is participating in the Smashwords sale? I write, Guillaume, I believe you write erotic comedy. So he's like, I write erotic comedy. Does somebody write a different kind of comedy, right? Like maybe a romantic comedy, or somebody else writes, a different kind of comedy. And maybe we can feature different kinds of comedy, right? Or different kinds of erotica, whatever. And then that way you can collaborate with them. And that may be, I don't know, one way that you may want to consider doing that.
Mark, what about collaborating with your fans? Because we've heard in the past, when it comes to book launches, you collaborate with your fans, with your street team to get them to help you spread the word. And it might sound like you're asking them to do some work on your behalf, but what we found is they love it. Like, they love helping their favorite authors to spread the word about their books, and it becomes like this collaborative celebration where everybody kind of participates in the success.
So it's kind of like this. Somebody that's on your author newsletter that's already read your stuff and really likes you, you can say, hey, I know if you've already read my stuff, feel free to share that with someone that you think would love it. And you can share it in a way with a discount so they can save money. So you're helping them find a book they're going to love that you already loved, and you're saving them money. And that allows the fan of yours to feel really part of the process, which is really, I mean, let's be honest, it's about community, right?
And have you worked with micro influencers, like the so-called micro influencers, not the one who have like hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, but these influencers who are active on TikTok and other social platforms that, maybe they don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, but perhaps they've got maybe just a couple hundred, but they're just super passionate about your work.
One of the things I've done is I've found someone who's like, hey, I noticed you seem to like this genre. I write this genre. You can go in at any point in time and create your own Smashwords coupon code and give for free, or use BookFunnel or whatever to get them the book for free, so they can consider reading it and say, hey, I'm going to be in the Smashwords promo. Would you consider sharing about this book? That, hey, if you want to talk about how, this book, if you've liked it. And not only is it available everywhere, here's my universal book link, bookstoread.com/haunted hospitals, or whatever the name of the book is. And that's a traditionally published title, so I can't put it in a sale, by the way. but if you want to get it for a discount in July, it's on sale. So that could be something you can do.
Cool. All right. I'm looking for other questions here. You guys, we have just a few more minutes left. Any questions about the sale in particular? Let us know so we can answer those. Again, it's right around the corner. July 1st is when it kicks off and lasts the entire month of July. We're excited because the sales have been growing, and we think, since this is a month-long sale, that this, we're going to break some records this year. We're going to try.
I think we should. I think let's plan on breaking some records. Let's plan on getting more indie author books into more readers' hands. Oh, my questions. Angela says, my question, how are you guys so awesome? You know what? It actually starts from the very top at Drafted Digital. Our CEO and our chief strategy officer, so Chris Austin and Mark Coker, really truly do care about authors, and every single person they hire in the company cares about trying to remove barriers for authors, because we love what you guys are doing, and we do this together. I think that's amazing. So from the top all the way down here to where I'm at the bottom, that's what this entire organization is about. And honestly, I am so lucky I get to work with such amazing people. I'm so privileged, so thrilled.
Yeah, our job it's a lot of fun. And thanks to authors like all of you out there, because without you, we wouldn't exist. And I mean, let me just take a moment, Mark, if I may. So we talked when we first kicked off this conversation, we talked about how the indie author revolution, we're just under 20 years old, and look at what you guys have accomplished during that time. Like the diversity that's infused this industry with new voices, the professional savviness, the talent of indie authors has taken this industry by storm. 20 years ago, there was such a stigma toward being a self-published author, and you guys, through your grit, your determination, and your passion, have obliterated that stigma. So it's all about you. You guys are the heroes of this story.
It really is. And Jim, I see one question that just popped up that I think should be addressed. Is from Danny. Dennis writes, is if I had new books after I sign up for the sale, will they also join in? Or is it more the case you have to go back in to that screen that I shared earlier and find the title and add it in, right? I believe that's the case, right?
Yeah, you have to manually add your books to the sale. We won't just automatically add your books for them. So any new book that you want to add to the sale, you have to do that manually.
Awesome. Cool. And Alyssa, thanks for answering the question about other platforms that we may publish to. We do have to consider those platforms and the significant work that it takes to get loaded. One of the things that has happened is negotiated with getting titles to platforms, and sometimes those platforms don't exist by the time we get through all the negotiations. So that's something we have to carefully consider in terms of getting them all set up, and obviously prioritizing that in terms of all the other things that we're building for authors, because our dev team's working tirelessly to add all kinds of great features that you guys are requesting.
Yeah, those guys, they're, I don't want to say they're workaholics, but the amount of things that they can accomplish on the back end, things that we don't even see, is amazing.
The stuff I ask for, at least 2 or 3 things a day get added to that giant backlog. And these are usually things based on feedback from the author community, of course.
Right. So Mark, as we come to a close, do you have like one final bit of advice you'd like to bestow upon our audience here before we leave?
So if you've taken part in the Smashword sale before and you've never sold a single book in the Smashword sale, maybe the challenge or the question is what's the one thing I can do this month to participate? First you have to opt in to be available, but what can I do to get somebody to try one of my books, to find a new customer who can, because think about this, if you find a new reader who can discover your books, you've probably made their life better, because now they have access to the incredibly powerful writing that you've put out into the world.
Okay, and I would just add to that too. Sometimes authors, they get a little frustrated, if they're not selling books at Smashwords, or if libraries aren't picking up their books, or if they're not making they have their books distributed to libraries and they're not selling books at one library platform or one particular reader. The worst thing that you can do is to just remove your books from those outlets, because once you do that, you've just guaranteed yourself 0 sales from those outlets. Just by having your books there, you're enhancing your visibility across the board, and globally, I should add, as well. So, kind of just keep at it. Keep your books out there as much as you possibly can.
Awesome.
I sound like a broken record for those of you who know what a record is and what a broken one sounds like, but I'm going to...
That thing made out of vinyl?
Yeah, they're kind of, I have a few of them, in my background.
Oh yeah, on the wall there, yeah.
That's what they look like. But I just want to tell you guys, thanks again for joining us here week in and week out. And for those of you who maybe joined us for the first time, I've noticed a couple of names. So thank you so much for tuning in and for listening. And we so appreciate you guys. And we do hope, for those of you who have never tried a Smashwords sale, give it a go. You've got nothing to lose. If you enjoyed this episode, can you do us a favor? Can you give us a like and maybe share it with your author friends so that we can help spread the good word of indie author awesomeness out there in the world? Don't distract me, LaFave.
I'm gesturing the like, comment, share, subscribe kind of.
Oh, okay. Then I want you to gesture here too. Be sure to bookmark D2D Live. That's D, the numeral 2, DLive.com. So you can see what our future episodes will be about, our topics and our guests. And
bookmarks.
And finally, if you are experimenting with self-publishing, maybe just dipping your toe into indie authorness, sign up for your account at drafttodigital.com. You can play with all the tools, just check it out. And then when you're ready to publish, we'll be here for you. Well, that's all we've got for you today, everybody. Thanks again for joining. Mark, thanks for your time. I know you're a busy guy out there, and I kind of pulled you into this one.
Oh, always great to chat with you, Jim, and also great comments and questions this week too.
Yeah, absolutely. They were fantastic. So thanks everybody for your participation. Join us next week. Next week, I'm going to have the president and the president-elect from the Romance Writers of America, one of the largest writers organizations in the world, come back and join us and talk about their upcoming annual conference and just all the changes with the Romance Writers of America. It should be a really fun, conversation.
And I think too, you and Megan are going to be there in person.
And by the way, our Megan Span, promotions coordinator, and I will be at the Romance Writers of America conference next month. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you here, same time, same place next week. Take care. Thanks again for joining. Bye-bye.
Ebooks are great, but there's nothing quite like holding your own print book in your hand. It's a beautiful celebration of your writing accomplishment. That's why we've created D2D Print, a convenient and easy print-on-demand service built to make it easy for you. We've got more than 20 beautiful templates to give your book a pro look, and we can even convert your book cover into a machine-perfect full wraparound cover for print. Yet another convenient option for you and your books. And you can get started right now at draftadigital.com.